live. Oh, now we're live.
Are we live?
Now we're live. Do we get copyright violations?
I think we got 13 seconds of it. I don't know.
Hello and welcome to.
Sorry. John, edit
Okay.
there.
No, all right. No, we should. All right, ready? Here, wait. I'll go John edit here and then play it. Okay, here we go. Ready?
Okay, wait,
John.
let me get it all set up.
Okay, get it set up.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, John, edit here.
Ooh.
We're straight moving out now. Do you have it counted now so that we have no copyright violations on that?
Yeah, it's just enough time.
That was just enough. Hello and welcome to Grumpy Old Teacherlandia.
Woo!
I'm John Samuelson.
You are John Samuelson.
I am John Samuelson all day long, and sometimes I don't even want to be. From Portland, Oregon, kicking it down to my main man, the one, the only, whatever Twitter handle he's going to share.
Slice of Isti.
Oh, yeah, that is your new Twitter handle. I forgot that. Slice of Isti, otherwise known as
Scott Bedley.
Wait a second. I think Scott just had to boot up. Hold on. I can hear his computer. We're going with total nerd sound effects right now. Look at that. That's from my other app. I should give you guys a shout. I should give that app a shout out on the show. It'd be like an old Techlandia. You know what? This has the best sound effect ever right here. Listen to this one, Scott.
It's time to go to school, Jackson.
Time to go to school, Jackson.
Time to go to school, Jackson.
Except it's not time to go to school. It's time to get out of school pretty soon. When's your last day? When's your last day, Scott?
I got about 2 weeks left, John.
2 weeks. I have 1 week and 1 day.
You are one lucky man.
And then you know what I'm doing? Working all the days that I should be off. So I'm seriously, I get off officially, and then they can pay me less, and I'll still do work. But half days are sweet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. You know, a lot of districts, I think, they pay summer school rates, even though you're doing the real teaching job. So does that mean you discount what you're teaching or something?
That's right. Well, it means I'm going to give an extra break for the people in there. That's true. Because as the time ticks away, I'll be like, yeah, you know what? We've been here for 2.5 hours. I know it's a 3-hour class, but I'll see you later. And then the crowd goes, thank you very much. And then you're the best tech coach ever.
And Mark Harmon steps in.
Right. Or some of them go like this.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
That's what I say when they make me stay the whole 3 hours. And they're like, you're like, oh, okay. Come on, guys.
We love Michael Scott.
I do love Michael Scott.
Just not when Toby steps back in.
Oh my gosh, I love how he treats Toby. That's like our theme of Grumpy Old Teachers is Michael Scott and how he treats Toby. Well, and then it's got this sound effect too, which is our favorite. By the way, I had to explain hashtag spatula. If you ever want to know what hashtag spatula is, here you go. I explained that today, or yesterday, to one of our lovely librarian teachers on special assignment, TOSAs, and they're like, "What is spatula?" And I'm like, "That's what she said." And they're like, "Wait, what?"
Huh?
There it is.
Hey, John, do you have a favorite episode of that show?
Pretty much all of them with Michael Scott, and then none of them after. You know what? The one that I really liked, the one they should have ended on was when Jim and Pam get married. I love that one, where they stop the wedding, and then Michael Scott goes, "Hey, I saw this on the video where they do the Chris Brown song." I thought that was pretty sweet, and then you learn that they already got married. Before on the boat at Niagara Falls. I thought that was pretty much the perfect ending. They could have sailed off into the sunset on that one.
Yeah.
and that'd have been money. Coming from a person that got married and didn't tell anyone as well, just like Jim and Pam. So there you go. Except I didn't have a big elaborate ceremony then. I just was like, yeah, I'm married.
Yeah, I'm
Boom.
married, and I've got a personal model as my witness to my.
That's right. Not a personal. I don't know if she's a model now. No, I don't know about that. But we have outed her as Summer Storm. Summer Storm, if you're ever out there and you listen to Grumplandia, give us a call. We'll have you on the show of what it was
No.
like to witness my drive-through marriage wedding. Oh, that's so funny. All right, well, we're going to start off. Let's start off with something serious, Scott. Let's start off with something not grumpy. Would you like to start off with something not grumpy?
No, not really.
Okay, well, we're going to anyway. Let's be positive right now. And wait a second. Somebody's at the door.
Who is that? Who is that?
I don't know. Wait a second. It's
What?
Father Tim. He said, "Why did you
Oh.
start so?" He said, "Why'd you start so early in the morning? It's 11:41 p.m."
You know what?
He's just waking up. Oh.
He has an alarm set to water his kale plants. So kale, I don't know if you know this, John, but it's really good to water it at night so it's fresh in the morning, and it just adds a lot of antioxidants into your smoothie, your morning smoothie. So
There we go. I know. What is Dr. Tim? We should call him Dr. Tim. What is Dr. Tim's recommended smoothie in the morning? It's kale and what else? What do you put in there? Beet juice, maybe?
beet juice, blueberries, a little banana, and definitely some carrot juice so that your vision is enhanced throughout the day.
That's very good. I do like the carrot juice. And then if you're feeling a little bit down with the cold, then you throw in the cayenne pepper, correct? Boom.
Absolutely,
Like
and
Emerald.
a little splash of ginger never hurt anyone.
Oh,
so.
right, the ginger. I forget the ginger. I was telling somebody we've got a guy that's one of our tech people, and I was telling him about your smoothie, kale something, but cayenne pepper and the ginger. I forgot the ginger part.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, that sounds pretty legit. I was like, you should meet him. Like, we should
It's legit.
trade some smoothie recipes on Pinterest.
Yeah, I mean, I think Tim has a whole Pinterest board.
Full of them.
Sorry, Tim. Oh my gosh. Every time I say anything about Tim, I just feel guilty.
Because we know he's one of the few people that listens to this show.
I know. Sorry, buddy. Keep running.
Tim,
Just
you know
maybe it'll
what?
make you run faster on the
You know
treadmill.
what? All right, so we've got it, and I will preview a little bit. We do have a game to play later on. I got this cool pack of Pro Set. I think they're from like 1988 or 87, like Rockstar
No.
cards that goes with our theme.
Was Pro
So
Set
anyway-
even out that early?
Yeah, no, Pro Set. It is. I'm pretty sure it's Pro Set. So maybe it's 90, 91. 91 maybe when I was in college. And so then anyway, so this one's for Father Tim right here. It's the Doobie Brothers. It Keeps You Running. You know that song. It
Listen.
keeps you running.
He would
Yeah.
sing this right now, John. He would sing, "Old black water, keep
Keep
on
on
rolling."
rolling. It's
It's
a
a
secret moon. Won't you keep on shining on me? Keep on shining. Gonna be everything. Gonna make everything alright. And I ain't got no. My dog just moved. My dog.
He's singing along, just going, "These guys don't even know the real lyrics. What's up with that?"
My big black Labrador just keep on snoring. So anyway, we'll play some guessing games, but the first one in the mix is the Doobie Brothers, and one of my favorite Doobie Brothers jokes is the 40-year-old virgin where they play Michael McDonald in the electronics store all the time, and then Paul Rudd just finally throws a fit about Michael McDonald. I think it's one of the funniest scenes in recent movie history. I love that. I love that running.
5 minute, 5 minute, 5 minute. I'll keep moving on.
Oh my gosh. All right, so let's talk about Slice of Isti. And that was what we were going to talk about, positive. And I think I would like you to start, Scott. Take it away, my friend. Slice of Isti. It's a Twitter handle. It's a hashtag. It's a conscious effort to flip your Isti experience. Take it away.
Yeah, no, I think it started off with hunger, and it started off with Sarah Boucher, and
Miss Geeky Teach.
She's at Miss Geeky Teach on the Torch, and she just threw into a little Voxer group that we were talking about. How do we enhance and make ISTE a little more underground, I guess, a little more vibrant, not just the session pieces, not just the conversations in the hall, but how do we add value to it? And it turns out, that she had learned about this pizza place in downtown Philly called Rose's Fresh Pizza. And that if you go there, you can donate $1, and then you get to fill out a Post-it, pop it on the wall, and then anybody really in need, specifically it's meant for anyone that might be homeless or in need of food, can come in, grab a Post-it, get a slice of pizza. And so from there kind of blossomed the group of us saying, hey, when we go to Philadelphia, let's make it not just about getting, and let's make it about like trying to give back to the community of Philadelphia. I think a lot of us go to those conferences and actually present and talk and share, but it's usually with other educators, but how can we also give back to the community? And so we decided that we're going to try to promote the idea of having people go to Rose's Fresh Pizza. You can donate online or whatever, but somehow helping to give back to the communities in which we're traveling to for these different conferences, just starting with ISTE here.
That's good. I mean, and we have we've been sharing around the s'more, and I think the proper way that we want it done, okay, so the proper way that we would like it done is if you go to, we have a s'more that is designed by the one, the only, Scott Bedley, and I'm thinking about designing one myself, too.
You should, John.
I love the s'more. I love the s'more. I just designed one yesterday, actually, but not for ISTE, for something different, for our district English and Language Arts conference coming up in August. But I think that what we're saying is they have a little site on there. You can donate like 1, 5, 10, or 20 slices because they're $1 each, and then you can PayPal them the money, and then we ask you just to go in and just put in a little thing on a Google form, right? And then we can see where you were, and we're trying to keep track a little bit of I don't know, just of people that have done it. And Scott, you'd said that like it wasn't that many people, but we'd already gotten, well, I mean, I won't say we, but we'd gotten over 100 slices donated already, and we're like three full weeks away still, right?
Yeah, no, the whole intent of the forum is just because we want to see what the actual impact is of a group of educators when we do come together and try to contribute. So if people are listening, Tim, and you are going to contribute, we had about a little over 100 in just a week of sharing that s'more out, of 100 slices of pizza committed from the people that had seen that and also filled out the form. So I'm sure there's more than that because, there was somebody that already took their son over to Philadelphia from New Jersey and actually brought him in there and said, can't wait to come back again during ISTE and donate again to Rose's. So I think it's a cool deal.
That's cool. Well, I think it's a cool thing, so that's one of the things that to look for Slice of ISTE, which is an actual Twitter handle if you want to, or you can just search for the hashtag Slice of ISTE. And I haven't donated yet, so I will donate. I've already said that I would. In fact, I've been throwing around pizza donation challenges to Sarah the teacher. I challenge her to actually try and beat me in a step contest for the week. I mean, the girl is all talk right now, Scott Bedley, and then no substance. And I don't like that. I thought she was better than that, really. And I know that Sarah does listen. That's why I'm talking a little smack. But so I'm really old, thus the title "Grumpy Old Teachers." I'm kind of I'm kind of like, I don't know. My body's shaped like a marble, maybe, like a marble-shaped, Michelin Tire Man shaped, maybe, Kool-Aid Man shaped. But I'm still.
I think you're being a little hard on yourself, Sean.
Maybe a little.
By the way, there's 135 slices donated or committed to being donated already, and we're hoping to get to 1,500 by the time ISTE's over. So if you do donate or you are donating, either hop onto that forum and just tell us. That would be awesome.
Yeah, or just donate. But yeah, if you donate and you're in part of it, we'd appreciate if you filled out the form. It's not a must or anything. We're just trying to keep track of it a little bit. I I will get on there. I'm going to donate 20.
Yeah, me too.
I'm good. I'm always good for 20. We went over that. We went over that today for birthday presents for people that we don't really know. I'm good for 20. 20
We're
bucks.
actually good for 20. And John, the other thing I did was I was able to John Stevens, who's involved with this as well, reached out to Mason, and he's the owner of Roses. By the way, Roses is named after his mom. Did you know this?
No, I was actually curious about that too.
Yeah, so he asked him if my class would be able to connect and Skype in with him and things like that, and we actually did on Friday. It was awesome. He is one of the nicest guys you could actually meet. So if you go into Roses, make sure you ask to say hi to Mason. Tell him you're here, your slice of ISTE, and you're just sharing, and just talk to the guy because he is super cool. And he was great with the kids. He gave us like a walking tour of the pizza place. We got to see all the Post-its on the wall. He told the story of how this all began, and this, it began from a customer. And it makes me think about some of the cool things that start in the classroom, John. A lot of times it starts with a kid saying, "Hey, why don't we do this?" And then you kind of go from there. So, he's a super cool guy, and just excited that a lot of people are going to be coming over from ISTE. Excited that, John, you are going to be in a large pizza outfit, ready to walk through the ISTE exhibit hall dressed as a large slice of pizza. And what is Carl Lingenstreicher? Carl LS? What is he dressing as? I forget that.
I don't. You know what? I'll dress up. I don't care. I'll dress up as anything. I would dress up like a big slice of pizza, the Kool-Aid Cooler Man. I don't care. Whatever. A big. I can try and go out and get a bunch of zits so I could be kind of pepperoni faced beforehand. But I don't know. I'll go see. Maybe I should start checking into costume rentals around the the convention center. I'll check and see. I don't. In Austin, we have costume places like that all over the place. It's so easy to rent a costume in Austin, like a weird costume. It's got to be easy in Portland too. I guess I haven't rented anything yet, so.
I think the whole pizza, you in a pizza costume, makes me think of Spaceballs.
I would totally dress up in a pizza costume and be like, "Hey,
Pizza the Hut,
follow me." Maybe I'll just sit out there with one of those signs.
I'm gonna wear a sandwich board. I'll tell you that.
Oh, that'll be cool. Well, I think that's a cool thing you guys are starting. Let me give a shout out to John Stevens.
Yeah.
Very top notch in my. I don't know why I'm showing my pinky for the number one, but a top notch guy. And
that's very Philadelphia, I think. That's why.
Yeah, Philadelphia. That's what I'm going to do when I tip my cheesesteak up. Like that, I might eat it like that. I'm going to put my pinky up, and then somebody will come from the "It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia" cast will come and hit it out of my hand. But Tracy Clark also, and she is Tracy Clark 08. Just killing it with the blog post lately too. By the way, Tracy Clark. If you don't follow Tracy Clark on Twitter, you should. Yes. You should. She's just a really nice person, and she'll talk back and forth with you, and she's just a really smart person.
Deep thinker, cares about kids and education.
Yeah. She just likes to look at things, I think, a different way.
Absolutely. She just does naturally.
You know who else does? Scott Bedley.
So does John Samuelson.
I don't really that much, but yeah.
Whatever, dude.
So anyway, you know what? I'm going to give you now your first hint to your Pro Set card, okay? I will give this to you at ISTE if you get this correct, all right? I want to give you some clues. I was just watching TV. Okay. This movie was just on, and this band sings the theme song at the end of it. And I will just give you one picture clue.
Rush?
Rush? Where's that from? What's Rush from?
I'm just picturing that, like the whole like pentagram with the dude like raising his arm.
Oh no. Okay. So I'm the character walking through a football field.
Oh God, yeah. How am I supposed to get it from those, John?
Okay, I'm a John Hughes movie character walking through the field. Theme song, one of the most famous theme songs to one of the most famous '80s movies from John Hughes. Who am I? Wait, you don't even know what movie this is?
John,
I'm
for
Judd
those of you,
Nelson. I'm Judd Nelson. Okay, I'm Judd Nelson. What's the
uh,
theme to the Breakfast Club?
okay, like,
Holy cow, you are bad at that. I need
is
you
it
to
the
have the
Thompson
card.
twins? I'm gonna
No.
go with the Thompson twins. No, I know it's not Thompson twins.
Simple Minds.
With
There's
"Don't
look at that.
you
Look at
forget
that.
about me,
You even know the lead singer's name
I'll
from
be
Simple Minds?
alone." Huh? I
You know the
don't.
guy's name?
John,
Jim
listen.
Jim
Do you
Kerr.
not learn how many episodes are we in, and you're trying to ask me
I'm
movie
trying to give you
trivia?
80s people though. I thought maybe you were a little bit more in tune to pop culture in the
No,
80s.
you know what? Simple Minds was one thing, but I was not. And
Okay.
I love the Breakfast Club, but
Okay, here we
uh,
go. I'm going to give you one more just because this is hilarious. This is a hilarious band. Okay, so I'm going to read the back of the card to you.
Susie and the Banshees,
No, but you're close. Okay.
the English
So
Beat,
it's a one-word band. I don't think I've ever really heard of them.
Madness.
Can I read it, please? Can you quit interrupting now? Now you're just being silly. Okay, here we go. Assembled in Los Angeles, but with its genesis in Nashville, Blank tries to instill passion through wall-to-wall power. Wanting a record producer sympathetic to the type of sound it desired, the heavy metal band made its debut album on Last of the Runaways in 1989 in England. The members are brothers Dan Huff, David Huff, Michael Brigardello from Memphis, and Alan Pasqua from New Jersey. I will give you $1,000 if you can name that band.
Oh God. I would give me $1,000 too. I'll go with the Scorpions.
Okay, that's a good guess. It's Giant. The shitty name?
Giant. I didn't even know them in the '80s. How would I know them? What year is this? 2015.
I think
Jeez.
this is
Giant.
1991.
That was not a real band.
Okay, I will look
Was it
up.
really?
I will look up what Giant plays, but right now you get the sad trombone sound effect from
Perfect.
Saturday Night Live.
Debbie, is that Debbie Downer? Oh,
It is Debbie Downer. We should do our own
let's talk
version.
about feline AIDS.
All right. So anyway, that's pretty cool. So Slice of Isti is there for us. What else does Travis Phelps want to hear about right now? Since he's our other listener. You know who is another listener is Ann Jenks. You know Ann Jenks?
Yeah, she's awesome.
She is awesome, and she said we have a chemistry. Oh boy. But anyway, Anne's so nice. I hope she's going to ISTE this year. That was the last time. The first time I met her. Okay, I was seriously sitting in San Antonio, walking out of a session with the Matt B. Gomez, and I haven't talked.
Famous gong here.
Oh wait, sorry. I'm too busy with my iPhone. So with the Matt B. Gomez, you get a gong if you have your own.
Does he have a beard again? Like I've seen pictures now that I'm actually on Facebook with like Matt B. Gomez with a beard.
I don't know. I think he has. I think he's gone into hiding. I haven't heard from him in months. But
it probably means he's actually doing something really cool and creative.
no, right? It probably means he was doing something. But Anne walks up to me and starts talking about Techlandia, and I'm like, oh, thanks. And then she's like, you guys could be like a morning drive time like DJ talk show hosts. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, you must be thinking of a different show. But she's like, no, I used to work in that, and you guys are really good. I'm like,
you mean Booklandia? Is that who she was
right. No, right. I was like, wait, what are you talking? Kurt Reese, Allison Anderson? Okay, but anyway, that was the first time I met her in San Antonio. She's so nice. But anyway,
she really is nice. Hey, John, let me ask you this.
Okay.
What are you wearing to the Edutopia '80s deal at ISTE? Have you gone down that route yet?
No, maybe when I find the costume, I was thinking like maybe a big afro wig. I don't know, but that's more 70s, isn't it?
Yeah, I was talking to Carl. He's thinking Ghostbusters.
Ooh. Where is he getting all the money for this? All these costumes.
He's a dink now.
He's
Dual
getting,
income, no kids, man. The dude's rolling in it. What are you talking about?
oh my gosh, dual income and no kids. Gosh, those were the days.
Do you remember those days, John?
Yeah, I mean, they weren't very long for me, but yeah. I remember when I first looked at Marnie and I was like, "Wait, what? You're pregnant? We just moved here. We had just moved up to Alaska and then we found out she was pregnant." I was like, "We just bought a furnished apartment. What are we gonna do? We have no family here." Oh, so much fun. All right, so what else? Wait, what was our other topic we wanted to talk about? And then we can just, I
And then
guess,
we could
be
just
quiet.
like
Yeah, then we can just fade off into the sunset. You know what? I'm gonna put this episode up right away. I've decided I'm putting it up tonight.
before the Q episode, right?
Yeah, before the Q episode, which is the Lost episode now. That's what I'm gonna title the next one, the Lost episode. That's what that one's gonna be. Um, what? I don't know.
Well, I think
I'm
we
with
were
you.
really no. I think we're going to talk about that. There, and I don't know if this is accurate or not, but my sense is that there's not a lot of innovative apps and tools that are coming out right now that could be used in the classroom. Really, to me, it doesn't seem like it, at least.
I think I might be with you on that right now. I can't think of anything that
Like,
I can think of art. So I can think of some things that I got excited about.
okay,
So here are some things I got excited about. So one of them is not revolutionary at all, and it's just Google Photos. And I
right.
thought this will save me $10 a month because I'm going to move it over the summer, my Dropbox stuff into Google Photos, and then be done with it. And then I won't have to pay $120 a year for Dropbox.
And
So
you'll
there's
be in
that.
your family, and all those pictures will be in ads in like different parts of the world, and you won't know it.
Which I'm fine with, actually. I'd like somebody to approach me like that. I kind of liked when Ann came up to me and said, "I like Techlandia." I felt like, I was somebody for once.
John, come on. You're everybody.
That's right. I'm every man. No,
You,
speaking of every man, I've been watching a lot of Parks and Rec. I really like Ron Swanson. The guy's the money. And the actor that plays him, Nick Offerman, he's great. I love Ron Swanson. He is the funniest. And I love April too. She's funny too. Those guys are talk about grumpy old teachers. Those guys are like just grumpy. Period.
I had some friends that went to SNL, and then they got to go to the after party thing,
Mhm.
and they met Amy Poehler, and they said she wasn't super nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they said everybody else was super cool, but Amy Poehler, for whatever reason, was not
Oh,
not
that's sad.
not the nicest of individuals. It may have just been them, though.
Right. I think she's good on that. I don't think. I think I like the other. Like I said, I like Aziz Ansari too. So I mean,
Yeah.
those are my three favorite, like April, Ron, and Aziz. So Rob Lowe is super annoying on that show too. I mean, he's the opposite of grumpy old teachers. He's like really, really positive all the time. So much so that people just want to strangle him. But I mean, it's good.
Isn't there like a level of that though, John? Like there's a level of too much sunshine,
Yeah,
where
I
you're
think
just
so.
like you stop believing that. I love to be positive. I know we get grumpy on here and stuff like that,
Right.
but like really, at some level, it almost feels unauthentic, and I think he does a good job of kind of acting that piece out, and the writers do a great job of writing that for him.
Yeah. I was thinking that the other day, actually. We were talking about this, and I don't want to out anybody, but I was thinking that the other day. There was like some positive praise that I saw heaped on somebody, and I looked at my friend, one old kid, on the Twitter, and I was just like, I'm not buying it. It didn't come across as genuine or authentic or anything, and I think that sometimes, like, I would like, well, I've had some really, I don't know, administrators that need to make better choices, I'll put it that way, because I was getting in trouble. You know what?
Alaska.
I was getting in I was actually getting in trouble for admin talk because I was kind of openly, there are so many people in that Ed Camp Voxer that I was like, oh yeah, admins, like that. And it was funny, two people actually private voxed me and said, I love when you're snarky about admins. Keep going, please. You know. But I thought that was funny. So I can't be me. I'm not the only person. But I don't know. Admins, there's just I would like, while some I would like them to be more positive, or they could have been more supportive or positive in different ways. I think there's a point where you get too much compliments going, and it just seems kind of not really authentic, you know. And so I was looking at that one, and I'm like, I think you're giving bad. It's almost like heaping too much praise on, you know, like a
Like you
kid.
really
A
read a
kid
book.
knows. Yeah, like a student knows if you're heaping too much praise on them. You know, I
Yeah.
mean, kids pick up on that. I mean, and then they can tell when you're really like, yeah, that's awesome. You did a great job on that. And then they're like,
Yeah.
yeah, thanks. You know, I think if you do that too much, then
Yeah.
it
It
goes
is
nowhere.
a really important thing to be authentic when you come to not only other teachers or admins to teachers or teachers to admins even, but especially with kids, just to be authentic with your praise that and specific too. I think a lot of people will be like, "That's good" or "That's great," but I shouldn't say a
Yeah.
lot of people. Some people. Some people.
Yeah, what's great about it? Well, I like your opening statement right here on, you know,
Yeah.
well, I like how you indented your paragraphs. No, I'm just kidding. So, yeah, so it's interesting. So I'm the Google Photos app is really easy to use. Going back to what we were talking about before, as we digressed into snarky admin chat. But the other thing that I thought was funny that I got excited about, and so this is what I'm kind of I'm agreeing with you that there hasn't been that much great out there. Adobe Voice updated, and they have a little tab now where it says this is for educational use. Click this little blue button and it takes you to a link where it basically says if you're a teacher, make up one Adobe Cloud account, a Creative Cloud account, and then give all the kids your password so that they can log in, because that was the thing with Adobe Voice.
Right.
Have I talked about that before? I love the app. You can't put video in it, which is a downfall. But for just putting photos in, it's a great starter app for people like new to the iPad and kids. And you can go through like saving photos, and this is how you save photos, and this is how you make a folder on an iPad and all that junk. But so they made it so that you could save it directly to the camera roll. So that's the beautiful sharing part. But then they updated it again, and then they made every kid sign in with an Adobe Creative Cloud account, which now made it horrible to use again. So then it's like
Right.
they made it great, then they screwed it up, and I think now they tried to make amends with it. And this is one of the things that maybe we can talk about this a little bit. This is one of the things I kind of got into a little bit of a scuffle with some of my coworkers, because I'm into making things work, and I'm in for rules if they're reasonable rules. But rules that are made just out of like plain stupidity, I'm not really down for those kind of rules. And so what I said, once they did that, and I was like, okay, what's the workaround? I was like, well, I'm just going to tell teachers now that they will make their own account, and the kids will. I mean, it'll stink because all the kids can see everybody's work, so it's not really sectioned off. But I'm like, I'm just going to tell them to make a generic teacher account
Right.
with like the password is the school mascot, and then they can use Adobe Voice again. And then they were like, well, you can't do that. Those kids are under 13. And I was like, but what's the difference before? They were just using it until the update. So I don't understand the difference. And they're using it for educational purposes. And they're like, oh, well, it's a 13 plus app or something. And I'm like, right, it's a 13 plus app if you don't teach kids how to properly search for photos, you know, and
I
like
mean,
go,
but John, are you getting like that feeling though right now that uh, there's a little bit of pushback coming on a lot of like ed tech thing? I'm getting that feeling. I did a blog post about it a little while ago. It was like, at some point there's going to be some pushback coming on all this, and I feel like I could be like I could be wrong for sure. I'm wrong a lot, but I feel like I'm starting to feel this pushback on some of the tools that we're using in ed tech and things like that. So I don't know if you're feeling the same way, but
I just feel like right. I don't know. I don't know. It seems interesting though that I I didn't think that people were really worried about that. I mean, there's obviously people that are still worried about it. I had a discussion with a teacher the other day where I was showing them Twitter, and we were trying to be progressive a little bit. And so this is what we did, Scott. Don't hold your breath on this one, but I was like, I was with the language arts people, and we made a hashtag for our school district. I checked it out real quick, and so then I was up on my Twitter, and so then they saw, I said, well, here, look at this one. This is BSD Innovates. This is our hashtag that we tweet to. And so it scrolled in there, and they're like, oh, one of them was like, oh, I don't like that. There's a picture of a student, because I use the visual, because I put the pictures on all my tweets now. And I was like, well, yeah.
John, this just in. John, this just in.
Father Tim
is still holding his breath. Tell him he can release it.
Okay, Tim, release your breath. We know you can hold it longer than any of us, especially your baby brother. Yeah. So anyway, it was just funny because, well, so she was like, whoa, and I said, first of all, when stuff is shared, it's out there. Second of all, I'm like, we check and make sure that anybody that has a picture, like I ask, I'm like, it's an opt-out form from the school district. I know whole schools that have everybody opted in because nobody cares anymore. They shouldn't be caring anymore. And then third, I said, here, is this the article you're scared about? And she's like, well, yeah, look at that boy. And I said, here, watch this. And I clicked the link. It was a press release from our own school district, Beaverton School District. And I was like, now you don't think that the people in the Beaverton School District know that this is out there and they've checked to see that that little boy that has his, I'm like, do you see his name anywhere? And so I actually just kind of went through it like that. I'm like, do you see his name? I'm like, no. I'm like, it doesn't say what school he's at. It's from our school district. This is our school district website page that I put on there. I'm like, so I said, you gotta kind of. I said, you gotta right. I don't know.
How do we get over that?
She was an older teacher, but I was like,
we're older teachers.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, I don't know how you do that other than just kind of. I tried to be really calm about it, and I just kind of walked her through, and I was just like, look, it's a school district website page. I'm like, there's things that are out there now. I'm like, things are out there. I'm like, as long as you're not putting first and last names with a student that doesn't have their consent form, you're fine. Right. And like what school they're at and where they're located. I'm like, we don't say any of that stuff. I'm like, You just have to teach people to be smart. So yeah, so that was so those were my two little epiphanies. So if my two little epiphanies are, hey, there's Google Photos that has free, I love the app though, because you can share them much easier and folder them and whatever. But right, so that's my first epiphany. And then my second is Adobe Voice actually switched back to the workaround that I told my team that we should use. So, I mean, it's still the same app. So I haven't really anything that's caught my fire lately with the old world of EdTech. And you know what? It could be, Scott, that, a lot of EdTech stuff doesn't really want to release stuff this late in the year because they know you're not going to do it. They want to save it until like August or July and get you going.
Are we going to see something new at ISTE? Do you think, do you think people are going to be like, hey, here's my deal, here's the new deal, so what's the buzz going to be at ISTE, John?
Okay, so I think the buzz is going to be, I've seen a lot of different things. So I think the buzz is going to be like with coding stuff. I think we're going to see some good coding stuff. I think I've been seeing some like robotics, coding, drone, photography kind of thing. I think that there's going to be something there for like coding or like programming this drone to fly around or programming this robot to do things that's going to be easy for kids. I think that we're going to see something like that. Kind of like, I forget the one that we saw.
Lego's been doing that for a while though, right? I mean, Lego's had robotics so this is going to be...
Right, I love the Lego robotics, but I think that there's going to be something, I think there'll be something there that will catch our attention. We'll be like, whoa, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Other than that, I really think that the app that has caught my attention this year, besides Adobe Voice, is the double app of Shadow Puppet EDU and Seesaw. made by the same company. I really think that those two were kind of like a double threat this year. Seesaw for portfolios, I think, is really cool. I have a lot of teachers that have been using that, and Shadow Puppet, kind of like Adobe Voice, in the video creation, simple video creations and things like that. But I mean, we've had that since 30 Hands and iMovie or whatever. But I do like Shadow Puppet I like when there's cool apps that come out that are kind of easy to use and low barrier of entry for students and teachers.
I'll tell you what's really
emphasis on the teachers.
I'll tell you what's hot in like my area right now.
Okay.
Is Osmo. Osmo.
Oh, really?
Osmo. Yeah, it is. And it is a low barrier of entry because you just put on the. Okay, so I see a couple issues with it. Number one, you can't use it with like a Defender case or some like massive case. You basically have to take it apart and then add the little mirroring tool or whatever. But yeah, at least around where I'm at, there's a lot of people that are really excited about it. Kids that are loving it with their Masterpiece app that you can do the drawing piece, and with the vocabulary potential spelling kind of a tool that they have in there, and then math. So I'll be curious if they expand and add some new tools to that. But yeah, that's been kind of hot around my area.
Huh, okay. I don't know if I'm thrilled with that. But I would sure like to take a look at it and try one out, I guess.
Yeah,
I mean, there are things that I kind of have like that preconceived notion to, like the other day I could tell you the story, but I mean, I always try and keep an open mind for stuff, and then I'm glad when I'm pleasantly surprised by something. The Osmo just seemed like it was kind of like, oh, okay, here I'm gonna make a tessellation in front of my iPad on a stand, and I don't know. It didn't look like, it didn't really look. I was like $79, and I was like, I don't know. But
John,
I'll try one out for sure.
Yeah, try one out. And
Okay.
if the Osmo people are listening, send one to John. But I threw one up in my class, and I just let kids come up, and before you know it, it's like the Osmo promo like video. There's kids gathered around. They're all trying to interact with this. They were really super engaged with it. Now, the next kind of question is, what kind of learning is coming out of it, really? And probably should be the most important question, and is. But it was definitely engaging, and and then the next thing I did, John, is I took it into the staff lounge lunchtime, and I just started playing with it, and teachers did the same thing. They started gathering around, like, what is that thing? What are you doing? And they were amazed with it too. It was quite the kind of stir, at least at my site, and I've heard that happening at a couple other sites too, just as far. But again, the biggest issue for me is I can't put that thing on my iPad with any iPads without taking the case off, which is really an issue for me. If I'm having kids work with that, I want to have a case on it. So.
Wow. Well, and right, will it work with a thin case then? If you have kind of a thin case.
You know what? I have a case that's basically like a rubber case that you can pull off, put the iPad in. So I just I use that iPad for it, and I've only really used it for just a short time now, maybe about 2 months. But the kids have loved it. I'll tell you that the kids have loved it.
How did you get it? Did you
I bought it.
Get it? You bought it yourself. Okay.
Yeah, there was a deal on them that you bought it for. It was like $59.99, and then you could give one to a classroom. So I bought one for myself, and then gave one to myself.
Oh,
so nice. I ended up
Nice.
basically getting them for $30 each. So.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't. If I had seen that deal, I would have probably done it because I'm always. That's not a bad deal. But yeah, I think they're $79 now. So I was like,
yeah. No, they're not cheap.
$79's a little bit of money. That's a little bit out of my price. Well, what's the? I was just saying this. What's the most you'll pay for like a subscription for something out of your own pocket, like for a year for your class? What's your number?
When I got S'more, because I did the pro version of S'more. I think it's pro version or whatever they call it. I was a little bit hesitant. I think it was at like $60 or something like that for a year, and I was frustrated when they came out with like an educator deal like the week after that, and they didn't give me the deal. I emailed the owner, who will email you after and say, give me any feedback. I'm like, I'd like the educator discount now that you released it like a week after I just subscribed and paid the full price. And they did nothing for me. So But I really love their tool. I really love S'more. I'm not knocking S'more as a tool. I would encourage people to use it because it's simple. It looks great. But yeah, I would say 50 or 60 is I start questioning, like, is this really worth it?
Wow. Okay, you're a higher price range than I am. I was gonna say mine's probably about 30 is a definite. Like I think 30 is cool.
Right.
40 is where I start to go. I don't know. Do I really want this? Whatever for $40 a year,
Right.
and I'm gonna have to keep, you know, if I can get it out of school funds, that's completely different. Then everything's in, it just depends on how useful it is. But right, even then, I don't like to use, I don't like to use school. I don't use school money like in vain, and be like, oh yeah, I've got $200 to spend. Let me blow it on. You try and stretch that as far as you can,
Yeah.
Not that I ever get $200 for anything, but
We're
I
getting
don't know.
kind of serious now. This
I
is
know.
kind of serious talk.
Sorry. Here. Wait, let's play this one. This one's drama. We're so serious. Oh, I don't know what this one is called. This one's called Toasty. Oh, I like that. All right, speaking of Toasty, here we go. Let's lighten the move. Or lighten the move or the mood. Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay, ready? I'm going to give you one you can't miss. If you miss this one, I've lost all respect for you. Okay, this card will be yours if you get this correct.
Okay.
Fill in the following sentence. Please blank, don't hurt him. You don't know that? Really?
Please blank, don't hurt him.
Okay, I will give you a different. That's a title of an album. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. Well, because if I said it, then you would know.
You can't even give me the band?
No. It's all right. So I'll give you a genre. This is rap. Early '90s rap. Probably. Okay, I will say this: the biggest crossover rap artist in 1990 to 1991. Hands down. In fact, some of the rappers were maybe jealous of the crossover and wrote rap songs ripping on this artist from Oakland.
Please, Tupac?
Tupac from Oakland, but Tupac, if you thought he was a crossover hit, I mean, Tupac
No, he was not a
shoot it in your
crossover
face.
hit.
So, no, this guy much lighter than. Okay, all right, this will get it. Watch. This is the one I'll get it for you. Former bat boy for the Oakland A's.
Oh, jeez.
Only the biggest song of
No, I know.
1991.
I can't touch this one, John. I just don't know what you're talking about today.
There you go. Da na 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 na.
Oh, who's that?
Can't touch this. That's MC Hammer. Okay, that's
Oh,
yours.
that's right, MC Hammer.
All right, that's good. At least you went. At least you saved.
Please, Hammer,
face.
don't hurt. Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
I got it now.
Okay. All right, so here I'm gonna go one more rap for you. That's my last rap. Okay, so
Hey,
this
by
is
the
what-
way, those of you that are listening, it's like 12:30 in the morning.
Okay.
And, so please excuse my.
Oh my gosh! Did Sarah, the teacher, just enter your body and now you're making excuses again? Okay, here we go.
Dude, when
Here
do
we
I
go.
don't? When
That's
do
gonna
I
be-
not make
that's gonna be my
excuses,
new one.
John?
Sarah, the teacher's gonna smash me when I get to ISTE because I'm gonna be like, yeah, you just all talk, you just making excuses. I mean, you can't beat the lard ball and stepping contest for Fitbit. Okay, here we go.
She already told me that I'm supposed to go behind you and get down, and then she's gonna shove you over.
It's gonna
me.
already done get me now, huh? Okay. All right. This one is, if I was a rapper, this would be my nickname, and I have a bunch of boys with me.
Too shy.
And my famous song is "Now That We Found Love."
Clips.
Oh, it's Heavy D and the Boys right there.
Oh,
Look at
Heavy
him.
D. Oh, man.
The
How could I
overweight
miss
lovers.
Heavy D?
The overweight lovers in the house.
How could I, in the world, John, how could I miss Heavy D?
I don't know how you can miss Heavy D.
Jeez.
All right.
What is wrong with me tonight?
I don't know. There's only a couple more that I have for you.
I love that every show you ask me trivia questions that I miss all the time.
I know. I feel like this is that new bit on the Bedley Brothers.
Hey, there's your wife.
There's my wife at 12:30 with my 2.5-year-old son. She looks really thrilled. Okay, so Anyway, you want to do one more?
Sure. I'll
Who
probably
is?
get this one wrong too.
No, you'll definitely not. If you get this one wrong, I'm going to disown you. Okay, and we're going to stop the podcast right away. Okay, the most famous artist, female artist of the 80s and 90s, and she's still kicking it today.
Oh, are you? I mean, are you talking about Tiffany? Just kidding. Madonna.
Ta-da! It's Madonna. All right, there's your
Yeah.
second one. Now you've got MC Hammer and Madonna. Those
Was
are
that
worth
what?
at least a nickel.
Those are so easy though. Come on,
I know.
John. And I blew both of them. I thought it was Tiffany for some reason.
That was Tiffany. I love Tiffany. Could have been so beautiful.
She's gonna
Uh-oh.
be at ISTE. She's performing at ISTE. I heard.
If Tiffany's is she with the Violent Femmes?
Where are we going to that or what?
Yeah, I thought you were gonna get tickets.
Okay, I'll get tickets.
Okay, all right, everybody that would like to go. So Travis, who's not going to ISTE. Who else? Who else listens to the show? All right, Sarah's going to ISTE. Sarah, if you want to go see the Violent Femmes and the Bare Naked Ladies with us,
And the former lead singer of Men
and
at
Colin
Work.
Hay, lead singer of Men at Work, get a lawn ticket, and we will sit with you. Oh, we got to bring a. That means we got to bring a blanket.
And the English Beat.
Are the English speakers
Social,
there too?
Social Distortions playing there too. It's
You know
gonna be
what?
awesome.
I heard that this guy might be there. A Mr. Paul Young from every.
Marky,
Look at that.
Marky Mark, it's a
Will you
reunion.
look at that pose right there. Every time you go away. Oh, I was gonna throw that. I threw that in your good pile right there. So anyway. All right. You got anything else to talk about? Now I feel bad because everybody's walking around me now.
John, what? So tell me last minute, like, what's up with ISTE? Are we gonna do like an ISTE prediction show?
You know what? All right, this is what we're gonna do. This week we're going to look at the ISTE schedule, and then for next time we meet, next show, we're going to let's find 3 things each day that we think we should go to.
I like
3
how
sessions.
we're brainstorming for the next show on this show.
Well,
It's
no,
awesome.
I'm thinking this. See, though, this is my wheels are turning. This is a good lead-in to the next show, and that way Travis will definitely listen to this show. Maybe Sarah will too if she's made it this far. So, what we'll do is let's pick out 3 things from Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. It'll be like the music thing, and then let's pick our 3 sessions that we think are the not misses, and we'll see how close we are.
Tracy Clark's presenting, right?
Yeah.
Then those are my 3 right there.
I mean, I think she is. I don't know if she is or not. I know
Okay, let's do that. No, let's do that. That's a good idea.
Okay. That's a good one. That's a wrap right there. Oh,
Hey,
there goes,
John.
Wait, there goes my car.
John, I'd like to really quickly thank the people over at Floby.
I'm gonna get my hair. I'm doing a presentation on Wednesday and Thursday at the Mobile
John,
Learning
where are you going to be
Conference.
Wednesday and Thursday?
I'm gonna be in Tucson at the Mobile Learning Conference. That's why I should put this up.
Is the Mobile Learning Conference in a mobile?
No, it's mobile technology, I think, is what they're talking about.
Oh.
But if they had it at a mobile, they should have it. There's a mobile in Fort Worth that has like great food. It's like a 4.5-star restaurant. There's a
Seriously?
mobile. Yeah, I'm serious. I always wanted to go there and I never did. I saw it on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives.
With Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri, UNLV graduate, Guy Fieri. So, so it'll be in Tucson. It's nice. It's about like mobile stuff and iPads and phones and whatever. Mobile stuff. Here, watch this. You want to see something right here? You want to see how much I'm iPad Sammy? Look at this right there. I got my Nexus tablet right there. Look at how quickly I can pull out my Nexus tablet right there. Look at that. Bam. In your face, Nexus. Android, baby. But no, then I pull out my iPhone.
I'm relaunching my brand, John, as iPad Bedley.
So I don't think I'm ever. Were you with me on the depression Here, speaking of depression,
Yeah, seriously.
were you with me on the depression of I'm never going to be able to shake iPad Sammy?
Yeah.
I'm never going to be able to shake it, am I?
No, you're not, iPad Sammy. No, you're
I'm
not.
not. I'm really not going to be able to shake it. I'm
I'm
thinking
gonna make you a T-shirt for ISTE that says "I'm not iPad Sammy."
I think I'm going to put iPad Sammy under, I'm going to keep at John Samuelson, but then I'll just put iPad Sammy as my name under it. I should try that for a week and see if people are like, oh, wait, maybe we should follow. Then I'd get a bunch of fake followers again. Oh, man. So anyway, but that's good. So yeah, well, let's look forward to the ISTEs. The next show will be our ISTE show. We'll have to do it before ISTE then. That puts pressure on us then. We'll have to do it within like the next 2 weeks.
Just it'll be missing like our Q episode.
That's right. Don't.
Yeah,
Hopefully you
live
haven't
from-
listened to the Q episode that was already passed.
Are we gonna do something live at ISTE?
I was thinking about it. I have my iRig mic ready to go. I was thinking about doing something, testing it out at the mobile learning conference,
Okay.
the mobile learning experience, and my iRig works great. You know what I did get the other day, and this will be a good thing to end on. So when we did a little end of the year meetup for our teachers from our positive change grants, teachers that got some technology that asked for it and wrote up a big thing, and I actually sat down with my microphone and just interviewed them. And by interview, I said, what's your best takeaway from this year? Some of them just went on for like 20 minutes talking about how great it was and like all these ideas and things. So I've got probably about a good solid hour of audio just from teachers talking about like teachers that hadn't had technology before. They were just starting to get it, and so it's got some great tips on it. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to make that into like a little professional development podcast or something. But
Man.
yeah, it was very, very eye-opening talking to some of these teachers. One of them was one of my grant teachers, but the other three I just know, and yeah, they weren't. I don't know. They were just people that are in our grants and that I knew, and I said, hey, come over and talk about this real quick, and they did. So it was cool.
That's very cool, John.
Yeah, so I'll have to see. We'll see what we can do with that. Anyway, do you have any parting words for us?
I just think next show we just we need to get all crazy. We need to get like crazy. Okay, next show will be our crazy episode.
Yeah, next one will be that one. We'll be like this. We'll be like, everybody will be like,
No, God! No, God! Please, no! No! No!
they'll be like, you guys are so crazy. Just no more.
I want to do Diane Main cray cray. Go totally cray cray.
Yeah, what's Diane Main up to right now? I wonder.
She's dancing right now.
We should develop our own cool, since there's no new cool ed tech things, maybe we just need to develop our own and go to Silicon Valley. You want to think of one while we're at ISTE?
Yes.
Okay, think tank at ISTE after Slice of ISTE. Remember the hashtag Slice of ISTE. Remember that you can follow that Twitter handle and look for the s'more. You can look on probably either one of our Twitter feeds and find them. And if you can't, just tweet at us and we'll tweet you the link and you can check it out and see if you'd like to donate some money for people that might need a slice of pizza, might need a little food. It's always good to help those people out. It was funny because the other day I was driving through my favorite...
John, this just in.
Uh-oh. Father Tim.
He just texted me and he's wondering what kind of toppings do they have for the pizza? Is there broccoli? Is there like
They have kale.
kale? Yeah, spinach.
Yeah.
Let's see what else does he list.
No vegetables. It's only meat.
Only meat. He's on the Atkins, so right.
Yeah, I can't do it. Only Oh my gosh. Oh my god, I was gonna say something important. Now I forgot what I was gonna say. You made me laugh.
Say hi to Travis.
Say hi to Travis. Wait, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something important.
Who's coming up on Techlandia, John?
Who's coming on Techlandia?
Yeah.
No,
Now that we've totally blown past our 45 minutes.
I know we need to get at this. Now I'm going to be mad because I should go back in time and see what I was going to say. What was I going to say? What was I saying right when you interrupted me for Father
Kale
Tim?
pizza?
No, before Kale Pizza.
Before Father Tim?
Yeah, before Father Tim. What was I saying?
Oh gosh,
Oh,
John.
I was on a roll. I was going to tie it all up into a neat
I am
bow.
so sorry, dude.
Oh my gosh, it's too late for that.
I am
Anyway,
so good at that. I'm good at just like messing you up.
I can't remember. Oh, that's too bad. Now I'm gonna
I,
listen back. I'm gonna listen back to it when I mix it up tonight, and then I'm gonna be like, "Oh, see, I had it. I had the
listen,
finish."
listen. I gotta thank you for putting up with me on this show, John. Because whenever I've listened back, I'm like, I can't even believe John lets me like join him for this thing. So thank you, John.
Oh yeah. I was saying something about Diane. What were we talking about with Diane Main?
We're talking about dancing and Diane Main and Silicon Valley and coming up with an idea out of ISTE where we're gonna like, come up with an idea to make millions. We're gonna like give everybody that contributes to the idea like a slice of it.
Slice of Visti.
It was
Yeah.
we were talking about like coming up with an idea to take to Silicon Valley.
Oh, okay. No, I don't remember now.
Nothing.
Nothing. I remember all that stuff you said, but yeah, none of it. Gosh.
Let's try this.
You know what?
Is that helping?
No, but it's good. It's a good thing. I like the theme song.
I
Boy,
do too.
ADHD is just horrible. I need some Ritalin.
You do?
Yeah, I think so.
Does
Well,
this help, John?
ooh, now we're talking.
No, does that help?
Yeah, well, don't put that on too long or else Taylor will get
That
us
was
on
it.
sidetrack. No, that wasn't it. But
How
you
about
know
this,
what?
John?
Oh, it is going back to Taylor.
That help? No?
Just got rickrolled. Oh, man. All right, we're holding. What are you doing right now? You got all those queued up? You actually
Yeah, man.
sing that song?
I was a DJ at one time.
Can you feel it, baby? I can too. It's such a good. I was. That's.
If I make it to EdTech karaoke, that's the song, and I actually somehow get on stage, I'm going
That's
to
what
be
you're gonna
Marky
do?
Mark. I'm going to be Marky Mark.
You would do that if you got on stage at ISTE EdTech Karaoke?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, you know what? I know some people. I'm going to pull some strings. There's some money involved. I'm going to make you the first person up there.
Oh, yeah. It's such a good
Good
vibration.
vibration. All right, we've totally digressed into nothingness now.
Yeah, that's what people love.
I don't think people love that at
People are.
all.
I might look at my Twitter. Look at how many notifications I have. 0.
You know what? I have that I'm really excited to use, and this might be this might never make it to the airwaves because I might have edited it like 5 minutes ago. But right next to me, do you know what this is?
No, what is that? It looks cool. It's a
All right,
black box from Flight 714.
yeah. From you know what it is now?
I still can't kind of see it. There's like a
Okay.
glare.
Okay.
Neither can the listeners on the podcast.
All right. Well, yeah. We can listen. It
Is
is
that some kind?
It is the Amazon Echo.
Oh wow!
So I can put it down and I can go like this and go. I forget what her name is, but you go, hey, what's the weather like today, Amazon Echo? And it goes, today's weather is partly sunny with a chance of meatballs.
Does it like order you automatically an umbrella?
Yeah, I think so. It says your umbrella is in the side closet over there.
No,
But
does
yeah.
it just buy you one from Amazon? It's like whenever
Yeah,
you talk about
you know what?
it orders you something.
That's probably what it does. It goes prime. Your credit card has already been validated. It's already in.
Say yes to make the order complete.
What? Say what to make the order complete? Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
Amazon. I've got UPS trucks pulling up to my house. Like
Your order says what?
You need toilet paper. Here comes 4 cases every month. Anyway, oh man, I went to Costco and got the best tilapia.
See, we're back on it right now. I'm feeling good about this. Edit this part into the middle of the show, John.
All right. John, edit back in here and put in minute 36.
That tilapia is really good. And I'm telling you, if you haven't tried the tortilla crusted tilapia
Okay.
with like a little lime cilantro, oh, it's fantastic. Really good.
This one was like I like the panko breadcrumbs.
Yeah, that one's good too.
Those are good. And so what I did tonight was, all right, so last night I just gorged on 2 tilapia fillets and just put like hot sauce on them, right? Or as we like to call it in Portland, aardvark sauce, which is habanero sauce, okay?
Gotcha.
That tonight I got some corn tortillas, crushed it up, put it on there, and then threw the old sriracha sauce on there.
Nice.
Oh man, fish.
Little,
It was almost fish taco.
any cabbage?
I know. I was
Cabbage
gonna
in
say
there.
if I had some coleslaw or some cabbage, it would have been like complete. I could have thrown a little shredded cheese on there. Oh man,
Wow.
it'd have been on.
That's what we do sometimes with that tilapia. We cut it up, throw in a tortilla, and have fish tacos. It's
Oh
fantastic.
man, it's good. It's like what you do with the chicken. You know what I'm saying? Those little roasted chicken things.
Yeah.
Those are good meals for $4. You know what? That should be our next. That's our idea right there. Why don't we do? What's the guy's name from Roses Fresh?
Mason.
Mason. We need to talk to Mason when we're there and say, Mason, we got this idea. We're gonna do buy a roasted chicken, give a roasted chicken. Wait, wasn't that Kenny Rogers Roasters? Maybe that was Kenny Rogers Roasters. But anyway, I digress. That should be our idea. Then we could feed a whole family.
Yeah, that would
on
be
the
cool,
chicken.
actually.
That would be cool. We should do that. Roasted chickens. I'd go to our roasted chicken restaurant. It'd be good.
Would you
I have-
donate an entire chicken?
Yeah, I would totally donate it. If I went to Costco and they said, if I was checking out of Costco and they said, hey, would you donate a chicken, for an extra $4, I'd be like, yeah, I'll donate it. I'll donate that.
You know what? Usually they just ask for money, right? So when they ask for those donations at the supermarket, if you were actually, they're like, hey, yeah, buy some canned food and then like just donate the same amount, and we'll give that same amount of canned food to whoever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think something substantial like that seems like people would be more willing to donate based on like, hey, you really know exactly what you're giving, not just money, and then whoever's going to spend it's going to spend it.
Okay, you know what? This whole conversation right here has brought my ADHD back to what I was going to wrap it up with. Okay,
Yes.
All right,
Wrap
so-
it, John.
Okay, so here we go.
Can you drop a Mr. McNology before you wrap it?
Oh,
though?
yeah, sorry. Here we go. But you're going to make me do that, and I'm going to forget. Mr. McNulty. So, I was at Friday night, and the Samuelson Scott knows this because I walked him from the line every Friday. So for some reason, Friday night has turned into Taco Bell night for me. So I'm in line for the third Friday night in a row at Taco Bell, getting my nachos Bel Grande. And
They got good double-decker tacos, man.
I know,
like those
and
things.
I got a bean burrito with extra sour cream and extra onions. That's Marnie's order.
I can't figure out why we're too fat, John. That doesn't make sense. Because we're exercising.
Because I just eaten a tilapia, but then I decided to go to Taco Bell for like a dessert of nachos Bel Grande.
I can't wait to see how you're wrapping it all up with this.
Okay, so no, but this wraps it up with a slice of Isti. give it taco. So,
Okay.
all right, so I'm finished. I complete my order, and she goes, "Oh, would you like to donate $1 to charity?" That's all she said. And so I said, and I went, "Well," I'm like, "that depends on what charity it is." I'm like, "What's the charity?" And she
She's
doesn't
like
say anything.
me.
And she says something like, "Oh, well, it's for teenage youth," and blah. And I'm like, "Okay, you got me. All right, sure." And then they made me sign the little thing or whatever. And but I just thought it was funny. She's like, "Would you like to donate $1 to charity?" I'm like, "What am I donating to? Am I donating it to Rush Limbaugh's prescription medication fund? Because if so, no, I don't think I want to donate to that. That would probably be bad. He needs to dry up." But anyway, that was my.
Is he still a thing?
Yeah, I don't think he is still a thing. Do you remember when he was on Monday Night Football?
I do.
Oh, so bad.
It
Of course,
was
I
very
like Tony Kornheiser too, and I remember when he was on Monday Night Football. Oh, so bad still. It was bad, and I like Tony Kornheiser.
Yeah.
So anyway, but yeah, that was my wrap up into a bow. So you know what? With our dollar for slice
Yeah.
of Isti, you know where it's going. And you said that you did that mystery Skype with Mason, and he was
Mason
really like,
Wortman,
guys,
check
yeah.
him out. Like,
He's on the Ellen Show. He's on NPR.
guy is really authentic. I mean, he names the place after his mom. Come on, that says enough right there, right?
That's right. I would never name the place after my mom. For reasons we will not go into this is a podcast, but Scott is now piecing back last night's Voxer.
No. Right when I said that, I'm like, John, don't go there. John, edit there.
No, you know what? I would name it after my mom's dog. You know what? My mom named her dog Charles Barkley. It's and you know,
no way. That is the awesomest. That is the most amazing name for a dog ever. Charles Barkley.
I like that too. But then it was funny because then my legal first name is Charles. So I'm like,
No,
you named
is
your
it really?
No, it is. So I go, you named your dog after me? She's like, I named it Charles, and she's like, well, no, it's Charles Barkley. And I'm like, I'm Charles Jonathan. You named your dog after me now? I hope you're not beating that dog. Like, that son of mine. Oh, so funny.
Charles Barkley.
Charles Barkley is a pretty cool name, though, isn't it?
If it had like the third, that would be even more perfect.
Oh, that would be awesome. So yeah, let's name our chicken roasters restaurant. You think we get in trouble for that, Charles Barkley's?
Nothing but clucking.
Charles Barkley would probably be down with us, and he'd probably be an investor then.
He would. He'd like to go head to head with Kenny Rogers.
Yeah, who wouldn't? Except for Kramer. Kramer can't go head to head with Kenny Rogers. Well, he did though. To his credit, he did. He put up the signs and everything.
Yeah.
Him and Newen. All right. Well, that's great. Well, so anyway, that was the wrap up into a bow. That took 20 minutes.
Beautiful, John. Beautiful.
But anyway, thanks people for listening. Thanks, Travis. We know Travis listens all the way to the end. Thanks, Travis.
Hey, and Tim, hit the weights now, dude. Hit the weights.
You know what? Cardio time is over. Hit the weights, you lightweight. Come on, dude. All right. Well, we'll catch you on the flip side. Oh, you know what? My dad wants me to say it better now. Okay, here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
He said I'm saying it lame. And he said he saw it on like The Bachelorette or something. Somebody said we'll catch you on the flip side, and he thought that it was my original saying. I'm like, no, Dad, it's not an original saying at all. Okay, so here we go. Ready? And we'll catch you on the flip side.